How is everyone doing? Jason, good to see you in the chat, buddy. Happy Jobin. How is everyone doing today? It's good to see you guys. Let's just go over some of the comments and then we can start. Wa alaikum salam to everyone. Singh, how you doing? Stilyan, how you doing, buddy? James, how you doing, my friend? No one gives better alpha than Big G. The reason I know because everyone steals it. Thank you very much, James. Good to see you as well here. Jamie, how you doing, brother? We're a billionaire next year, my friend. You'll be a billionaire next year. Fiznik, how you doing, bro? Hit the likes like Diddy hit Bieber, bro. Which one to pick, Mavia or Naka, for better returns? Well, if you want to go off market cap alone, if you look at Naka's market cap, obviously it's significantly higher than the likes of Mavia, which is most likely probably like 50% lower. So if you look at Mavia's market cap, it should be anywhere around 50 million. Yep, 44 million. So if you go off market cap alone, then Mavia will most likely outperform Naka. And not only because of that, I mean, if you compare the exchanges of Mavia, Mavia has better exchanges. It has the potential to list on Binance because they're backed by Binance Labs. Whereas, Naka is a little bit of an older token, but they don't have no tier one exchanges unless you class Bybit as a tier one. I would say Bybit is, tier two to tier one exchange. I think both of them can do well, but if you just go off market cap alone, I think Mavia, because it's newer as well, can most likely outperform Naka. It all depends, to be fair. If this goes back down to its previous lows, I think the market cap at that price will probably be around like 60, 70 million. So you could potentially say this could outperform Mavia. I mean, this is, look, at the very lows, the market cap was around 50, 60 million. So it's not too different. It depends what price you get them at. Like I said, if Naka was to come back down to his previous lows, around 60, 70 million, then you could say Naka could outperform Mavia. But from this point on, I think Mavia will probably outperform it just because the market cap is, almost double. How you doing, buddy? Miffy, how you doing? Has it started? Has the war started or what started? It has started, yes. Yeah, look, PlayZap. I don't know if you guys are aware of what happened to PlayZap. He got hacked, supposedly. I mean, these type of stuff happen all the time with these projects. They get hacked according to, the team. But if you look at the chart of this project, it's literally since last year, November, when the gaming one was at its peak, it's just been consistent down price action. So I could see a scenario where the team got bored, they wanted to book some profits, without with the community still being bullish. So they probably booked some profits, called it a hack. We see a lot of these projects, they say it got hacked. And one thing I didn't like about this is they've kind of suspended, trading on decentralized exchanges, which doesn't make sense because they're decentralized for a reason. So even if they get hacked, they go down to 0.001, if the previous price was, I don't know, like 256 cents, whatever, like it is now, they can't suspend trading on a decentralized exchange. That just defeats the whole purpose. If they get hacked, people should take advantage of that hack, buy it, trade it, whatever the case is. But they pull liquidity of everything. Even the centralized exchanges, you can't trade it anywhere at the moment. So if you're thinking of buying the dip, I would not be doing that, because if these guys probably already got a snapshot, if they're taking the snapshot now and you buy, your tokens will get burnt because there's no liquidity. You can't buy or sell it anywhere. You can probably buy it, but you can't sell it. So you lose your tokens, you lose your money. And, when they launch and migrate to a new contract, then the people that obviously had the token before, they'll get new tokens, but you buying the dip now, you won't get it. But these type of stuff do happen. It's not that uncommon. I mean, if you look at NXRA, it's got hacked 2-3 times already now, or 2 times. So this type of stuff is not common. But like I said, PZP is one of those projects that, look, I put it in the not worth section for a very long time. It's been on there for a long time. Why? Because there was already too many red flags initially. And that's why I said, why would you buy Plays app when you can buy OTK? Because fundamentally, if you look at the niche that it's in, it's very similar to Naka. I mean, to OTK, but OTK is fundamentally a lot better than Plays app. So if you're gonna buy anything in this specific niche, why would you buy Plays app over OTK? It doesn't make sense. People were bullish on this because it went from the BNB chain to the Solana chain, and people thought that was a very bullish move. But OTK is backed by the Solana Foundation, so that doesn't even make sense to me. And if you look at it, like I said, they're very similar, but OTK is just fundamentally a lot better. The only reason people pick this over OTK is because the exchanges. Obviously, these guys got got a lot better exchanges, but you have to keep in mind OTK has exchange listings in a pipeline. They will just do it at the best time when the gaming run is at its peak, and it will be way more effective than getting an exchange listing during a bear market like now. Even though we're technically not in a bear market, but when we're in a just consolidation stage, that's why I like OTK way better. Good to see everyone. DJ, how you doing, buddy? AJ, how you doing, my friend? How you been? It's been a while, yeah. It's good to see you though. Like I told you guys as well, boys, do not FOMO into the markets. Like I said, a dump was expected. A lot of people thought this was it, but there's a high chance we will get good buying opportunities over the next couple of days. Now, the most important thing that we have to look out for is unemployment in 2 days. That is going to shift which way the market goes. Like I said, there's a bunch of liquidity that needs to be grabbed up at 47K, and then there's some obviously at 70K as well. So there's liquidity both ways. We could either dump now, and grab this liquidity at 50 to 47K, or we could have a reversal, go to 70K, and then sometime in next month or after the elections, we could have a dump back down. But there is liquidity there that needs to be grabbed, and there's liquidity up here that needs to be grabbed, and most of it does highly depend on the unemployment data. Why? Because the Fed said, if you guys listen to the speech the other day, the Fed said they're willing to cut 50 basis points in November if the unemployment market is not looking good. But if it comes in healthy, then there's going to be a 25 basis point rate cut and 50 this year. So that means there's going to be 25 in November and 25 in December, which technically is not really that bullish. People want higher rate cuts, but then you have to think, if the unemployment goes higher, there's a chance of a recession. People get scared of that. This is why gold broke out yesterday, while Bitcoin came down on the news of the war. These are the type of stuff that, there's still headwinds ahead of us. Unemployment's one of them. The war, obviously, geopolitical war, those are unpredictable. They could happen at any time, like yesterday. And then you got the Japan carry trade, which could also unfold at any time. Why? Because they're willing to raise interest rates this year. That's why I say, apart from getting better prices than what you would have 2-3 days ago, everyone was calling for October. The market's going to go parabolic. I told you guys, be patient. You are going to get better buying opportunities. And look how it played out. Now you're getting way better buying opportunities than 2 days ago. That's all it is that you have to be patient in this game. If you just FOMO in because all these YouTubers are telling you, oh, buy now, we're going to go to 100K tomorrow, of course you're going to end up losing out. That's why you have to be careful who you listen to in crypto, bro. A lot of people just been DCAing nonstop throughout the months since March because they thought it's a halving year and we're going to go and put in new all-time highs this year. And now they just become perma bulls because they're 100% in the markets. The only thing they care about is just going up now. They're not realistic. They don't even look at the charts or anything. They don't look at geopolitical macros. They just want everything to go up because, I don't blame them. I mean, if you look at the chart, every single halving year has been bullish. The last in Q4 mainly. But now it all depends on the macros. But I do think the unemployment data will be fixated in the sense where they are going to lie about the economy doing really well. But we all know the economy is not doing that great. And this war that's playing out in the Middle East could be a big factor. Why? Because let's say the war starts and Israel and they go to war with Iran and America gets involved. What do you think is going to happen to the oil and the gas? There won't be a single drop of oil or gas leaving the Middle East. And the Middle East is one of the biggest providers of oil, for the entire world. So then, if that collapses, you get an economic collapse of the entire world. That's why this war plays a massive factor on the global economy. Oil and gas everyone needs oil and gas. If it's going to be hard to get them, prices are not only going to go up, we're going to have a bunch of other issues as well. So the best thing you can do in this war is just to avoid it completely. But Iran has already said, bro, like if we go to war with Israel and America, they're gonna destroy all the oil facilities in the Persian Gulf, and then there won't be no oil leaving the Middle East, and that's a big issue. Dougie, how you doing, bro? Hit the likes. The alpha hard to find. Appreciate you, my friend. Boys, hit the likes. It takes 2 seconds for you guys, but it does help me out a lot. Like I said, it does push me in the algorithms. I'm not really a big channel, so unless I get like a decent amount of views and likes, my stuff will not get pushed. Who are you doing, bro? Ross, good to see you guys. Ross, you're awake early today, bro. Fucking hell. Okay, so thoughts on Patex. Look, Patex is decent. I would say Patex, fundamentally good project. The only problem I don't like about Patex is that is very niche in the sense where I just don't understand why would you make a project targeting one region of the world, South America or Latin America, sorry. There's this niche alone isn't that great, is it? I mean, if you could tokenize, you want to tokenize the whole world. Why you want to tokenize one part of the world? That's what I don't like about this project. It will still run though when the RWA narrative takes off, but CBDC top up direct processing. Yeah, this is the type of stuff I don't really like. Because if Trump wins, he's already said he's not going to do no CBDCs, so this entire project just goes down the drain. It's a risky one. I don't really like. There's so many better RWA projects than this project. Targeting one region of the world. For me, I just don't really like stuff like that. I personally would avoid this project, my friend. The market cap's not too bad in terms of it is a little bit on the lower side, but there's nothing really good about this project in my opinion. There's so many better RWA projects than this. 1.2 million, that can't be right. What is the early investors price? Let's have a look at the early investors price. Yeah, so these guys are still up on the investment, meaning that it could potentially go down lower. Just look how much of the supply is in the hands of early investors, 11 million. So this is heavily backed by early investors, which is not a good thing. 11 million, that's 10% of the supply, raised by early investors. And the worst thing is you don't even know how much of, what holds what, because it's not on here. The vesting is not on here. So I don't even know what the real market cap for this project is, number one. But I don't really like this project, all in all. It's not really, it's too niche. CBDCs, if they don't play out and they don't come in, this project there's no one's going to buy it. I've got 40k in TET or HBAR Flux GFI. Render hoping for a 10x. You think it's possible? Yeah, that's definitely a 10x portfolio, my friend. But I would not be buying HBAR, for example. HBAR is a shitcoin. The CEO's already left. They keep lying about different stuff they're doing. So they lied about the BlackRock stuff. These guys never been done anything with BlackRock. That was just like a 1 day thing. That's it. But this project, you don't want to be touching HBAR. There's so many better projects like Injective, like Casper, for example, like some of these other high caps, Su, C. These are the ones that's going to give you a guaranteed 10x. Not guaranteed, but it's going to be a lot safer to get 10x with those rather than HBAR, Flux. Flux is old and HBAR is fairly old as well. You want to buy something newer because I guarantee you everyone is going to shield C No one's going to show H-bar. I don't think anyone even talks about H-bar or Flux. These are just old coins from the previous cycle that people still utilize, but it doesn't mean they're going to do well though. If you just look at, the previous pump, let's say, the old type pump, this went to, or this cycle, it went to 40, almost 500 million. That's like a less than 2x to 2.5x away. So you have to be realistic and think, you know, we've already experienced a mini bull run. Can these projects perform? And if you look at this project, it hasn't performed at all. It went from 32 cents to, but then you have to look at the dilution now. Because yes, last year the dilution was probably less, but now it's fully diluted, almost fully diluted. So then you have to compare it to the market cap. So at the heights, it went to 500 million. That's just like a 3x away, almost, well, 2.5x away, back up to his all time highs. So at a 10x for Flux is very, very hard. It's going to be very hard. That's $2 billion in market cap. I don't think that's going to happen, in my opinion. Okay, Crypto, how you doing, bro? You were right about Plays Up. Yep, I know. Bro. I've been right about so many projects. The shit ones that just been doing shit. War News scared me yesterday. Thoughts on Zai? Zai is pretty good, to be fair. Just a bit higher market cap, but it's pretty good. Sir, let about network on Blender's. I don't like Blender, bro. I don't know why all the influencers are shilling Blender. This project is just terrible, man. This is like a massive pump and dump by a few influencers, Twitter shitters, and now people are just. But this project, I would not be surprised if this project survives now to the end of the year. It could pump. It will pump. Definitely will pump. When the narrative takes off, everything pumps, even shit pumps. But then you have to think you want to invest into the best projects that's going to give you the most gains. It doesn't mean you're a genius if you buy an AI project and when AI goes parabolic, they all pump. You have to buy the best one that gives you the most returns. And I don't think Blender is going to get anywhere close to that. So there's way better projects in general, over Blender. But because it gets showed by so many influencers, it can do okay. But I personally would avoid it just because obviously there's no docs team. There's a few issues as well regarding the contract. That's why I just stay away from this, bro. With no docs team and contract issues is a massive red flag. Do I think the war has been priced in the market? Surely, well, the war hasn't really even started, bro. This type of stuff has been happening for a decent amount of time in terms of where Iran attacks Israel, Israel attacks Iran. The real war will get priced in when there's boots on the ground. That's when the war will get priced in. Now Lebanon and Israel is more or less priced in, but then you have to think if Israel retaliates now and then Iran retaliates again, that could lead to a wider war, like a regional war. Then the market would dip significantly. Like I said, that has a massive effect on the economy, and I think gold will put in a new all-time high if that happens. Black, how you doing, brother? Ryzen, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you. Mora, how you been, man? I'm back. I have 5 coins if you give me your opinions. Mora, you got 1,000 coins for me to look at, bro, don't you? What's your thoughts on the DGen crypto RWA making drinks? Yeah, I don't like that one, bro. The website looks clean. Definitely, the website looks clean, but it's like, who's gonna tokenize a drink, an energy drink? Like you're investing into an energy drink company, and you want to buy shares in it. It's not a bad idea, but it's like there's so many energy drink, companies already. For a new one to emerge, unless you got some sort of influence over the world, it's gonna be very hard, and it's quite niche as well. Like the website doesn't really tell you what it's about, and no one's gonna go read the white papers. Most people are not going to read the white papers. The website does look clean though. But I personally don't really, unless you want to put a little bit of money at DGen type of thing, I would not put anything significant in that project. But it didn't. The website looked nice though. Wormhole pump. Let's see. What the fuck? This pump nice. It's not really a massive pump. What the fuck? It pumped like, oh, it's almost 2x. Not bad. What is this? I've never really looked into this. Build multi-chain, state governance. Multi-chains are important, to be fair. This looks pretty good, to be fair. I'll be honest, this looks pretty good. Yeah, so they're basically on every ecosystem. This looks like a good project, but it's like $1 billion a market cap. But I don't know. Is he on Binance and stuff already? Yeah, he is. Doesn't look that bad. Would it last? Possibly. It's hard to say. It's held up pretty well, on this last dip. So I don't see why. But then eventually people will get bored and move on, and you'll probably sell off. Do you think it's a good time to have some trades? I don't think it is. No, there's too much uncertainty right now, in my opinion. You can do trades if unemployment comes in nice, then I think the market will rally back up. So personally, wait till unemployment happens and then you can trade. Of course, put some trades in. Everyone panicking, thinking they missed the bottom. I don't think anyone missed the bottom, bro. Like I said, people that's been watching my channel for the past 2 months, I made it very clear to buy heavy in August. That's when I was buying heavy because that was a very good dip, and that could have been the bottom. That's why I said it could have been the bottom. Why? Because if you go look back to the FTX crash, everyone was calling for 10K and 10K never came. Or I think it was between 10 to 12K, but we got to 15K. We got very close, but it's like, what is an extra 5-6% drop going to do for your portfolio? Not much. So you rather buy heavy now, keep some USDT aside in case it does drop. Like I'm 90% in the markets now. 90% in the markets, I'm keeping 10%. But at the same time, I'm going to be stacking cash. So then when the dip does happen at the end of the year, I will still be positioned to buy that dip. But like I said, there's a chance the market could rally. It all depends on unemployment, but you have to think logically, right? Until the election's done, they will fabricate the numbers and they will make unemployment, they'll make job openings as good as possible in order to give them a shot to make people believe the economy is not doing as bad, as everyone says it is. So they'll lie about the numbers, fabricate the numbers, and people get happy about that and people pump the markets. That's why it's better to even, if you buy everything now, for example, you can always just sell more. And at the same time, if you sell more, you can buy back more later. That's all it is. So if anything, if we do pump in October, in the second half of October, obviously right now we're dumping. But if we pump and then after the elections, Donald Trump wins, I would look to book some profits then. Why? Because then after that, the Democrats are going to start bringing out the real unemployment data, fuck up the economy, and let Trump deal with it. That's what they do. These guys are just like, it's like they're childish. So, if one group wins, the other one will fuck it up because they know they're no longer going to be in office now. Someone else is going to take over, and they'll just start bringing out some random numbers, fuck up the economy because when Trump comes in office, he has to deal with all of that. That's what they do. Simon, how you doing, bro? Last cycle were driven by retail, this one by institutions. That's also true. But then institutions were obviously in crypto last cycle, my friend. Most institutions were in crypto, in Bitcoin, some of the altcoins. You gotta think, institutions have always been in crypto. How do you think the market cap gets so high without institutions? There's always institutions in crypto, my friend, in Bitcoin. But then now they can do it openly. There's a difference now. Now they can do it easier. I mean, then you have to think most of these big institutions are not putting crazy amounts of money in Bitcoin. They put a small percentage of their portfolio in, but then that small percentage does make a big difference. Now it's easier for people to buy Bitcoin with the ETFs. That's why Bitcoin now, whenever there's some sort of macro news comes out, it gets affected a lot. Whereas before, it was a little bit more resilient to it because there wasn't a lot of institutions. People think institutions are a good thing. They are for the grand scheme of things. Obviously, there's more money in Bitcoin now, more liquidity and stuff. But you have to think institutions trade news. So then whenever some bad news happens, Bitcoin dump significantly because the ETFs. The ETFs outflows were quite a lot yesterday. That's why retail is good for altcoins. It's not good for Bitcoin, not much. Yes, they can push the price up, but unless like this 2020 where everyone started getting back into crypto and then it does play a massive role. But we want retail to buy altcoins, not Bitcoin. Obviously, they buy Bitcoin, but then they're gonna buy a bunch of altcoins as well. But this one is moved. That's why you have to be careful of people like BlackRock, bro. You don't know what they want to do. There could be a scenario. There's people talking about BlackRock wanting to control Bitcoin completely, and they could do it if they make a massive, buy a big chunk of the supply. They could control it. Of course, they can. That's why institution in crypto is never a good thing. They are if you want to make money for one cycle, but then if you think of the grand scheme of things, if all these institutions, like big ones like BlackRock, start buying a large chunk of the supply, they pretty much control it. That's why it's not, it's good for one cycle, 2 cycles. That's it. So many people wanting to FOMO the other day. Be patient. Bro, everyone wanted to FOMO in, bro. Best safety nets. I would say because all the influencers are going to talk about it. Sue is going to be a good one. C is going to be a good one. Injective is always a good one. Casper is always a good one. Those 4 are very good. You have to keep in mind, Casper is going to get shielded by all, it's going to get shielded to all new retail that come into crypto. They're going to buy it. Of course they will, bro. It's struggling right now just because the Casper has, I don't understand how a crypto project, this is why I don't really like Casper, because they have some sort of ties with the Israeli government, or they get involved in a lot of geopolitical stuff that they don't need to be involved in. A crypto project has no, shouldn't be involved in no sort of geopolitical stuff. But if you go on their Twitter, the devs of Casper are always talking about Israel and all these other stupid stuff that it doesn't need to be involved with the project. That's why we've seen a massive sell-off in this. I don't really like projects talking about geopolitical stuff. Your crypto project focus on crypto. Don't worry about what's happening outside of crypto. That's why I would never buy Casper again. All right, but if you got a smaller portfolio, you don't really need the safety net. But I'll be honest, look, if you got a portfolio less than 50K, bro, you should just go big or go home. That's what I would do, bro. You have to think logically. You want to make as much money as possible. You're not going to get it with a safety net that can give you 5 to 10x. Go for the 20 to 30 to 40 to 50x's. That's what I would do, bro. Because you can always make that money back. Let's say if, something goes wrong, whatever. Very unlikely, but let's say something goes wrong, or your project rug. You would rather do that and have the chance to make life-changing money rather than have a bunch of safety nets. That's what I would do, at least. That's not financial advice, bro, but if I had like 5K, 10K, 20K, I'll just go home or go big or go home, bro. I would not be buying no safety nets. I'd buy one mid cap, a few mid caps as a safety net. I would not be buying no top 10, top 15 coins. It's pointless. Maya, how you doing, bro? Great channel. What's your views on AMU? You think it's a growth potential? AMU is fundamentally a solid project. This is not a bad project at all. But you have to think, is DeFi a good narrative? Well, right now, DeFi is one of the worst performing narratives. Money is flowing out of DeFi. It's not 2022 now where DeFi was one of the biggest narratives. It's not like that anymore. DeFi will come back at some point, but it's not going to be this cycle, because this cycle, AI, RWA, gaming, those are going to be the top performers. But there's going to be a time where crypto gets mainstream, then DeFi will make a comeback, because DeFi, decentralized finance, does play a massive role within crypto. It's a very important part of crypto. But I don't think it's going to happen this cycle. I think as we get more mass adopted and people start looking to use DeFi in certain countries, then it will be better. But that DeFi summer thing is not going to come back. It's very unlikely it will come back. But DeFi will run again at some point. Money flows from plays to narrative to narrative to narrative in crypto. That's why you see 2 months gaming pumps, and then no one cares about gaming projects. And then you go 2 months down the line is AI pumping, and then a month later is RWA pumping, and then it's back to meme coins. Money flows from narrative to narrative. That's why you have to position yourself in the top narratives, because they will all pump at some point. But then you can always put lower amounts in other narratives, like the smaller ones, like proof of work, like entertainment, like DeFi. These are the type of narratives you don't put large amounts of money in, because they're not going to be explosive like the others are. At the end of the day, we are here to make money. We're not here for the tech. I'm not here for the tech. I'm here to make money. The tech is going to, everyone wants stuff to be decentralized in the future, of course, but no one's here to hold these tokens for 5-10 years. Very unlikely, unless it's Bitcoin. Everything else, I wouldn't even risk holding for that long. I would only hold Bitcoin long term. That's why I only buy projects that will do well this bull run, and I'm gonna dump all of them at the end of the bull run. That's just how it is, bro. We are here to make money, so DeFi is not one of those narratives that's gonna give you crazy amounts of money, but it will pump. But then the way I would do it is just, like, let's say 2 narratives pump, then I'll position myself in DeFi, because you don't know when DeFi will pump at some point. But then at least you're positioned beforehand before it pumps. That's what I would do. But AMU is a good DeFi project, yes. A very good DeFi project. Why did BigGet delist AMU? I don't think BigGet has ever even been on I'm pretty sure it's never been on BigGet. I don't remember this project ever being on BigGet. This guy is waffling. Political memes worth it? I think political memes will have a run sometime before the election, yes. Wait patiently to buy more Sensei. Yeah. Sensei is a very good project. That is a very good project to potentially look into. For those of you guys that have not yet bought Sensei or don't know about Sensei, this is one of my projects that I have very, very high conviction in. It's a project that I've been talking about for a very long time now. It is one of my favorite AI projects that has huge potential. You have to think there is a little unlock today. I think probably why we're causing a little dump, but you have to think these unlocks are tiny. So if you go look at crypto rank, for example, I think the unlock was today actually. Let's go on Sensei. These unlocks are not major, but because there's not enough liquidity for this project, there's a low cap. You don't need large amounts of money to push it up or down. It does affect a little bit. Yeah, so the unlock is today. It's probably already happened, but it's only 150K, bro. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. But yeah, this is a very good project long term. Oh shit, why did I close that? A very good project long term. One that I think everyone should have in their portfolio. It has already done very well. I mean, if you look at it the last couple of days, it's performed extremely well like the rest of the markets. It's up it almost done like 3x for most people that bought in my group or that's been following me on YouTube. Yeah, it's hard to say which way the market is going to go. Look, no one can predict the market, so you have to just go off the data that's already there. So for example, if it comes in healthy, the market will react. The market will 100% react. But if it comes in as expected, then you could say we could maybe experience a further dump, just because it's not as good as most people were probably anticipating. Right now, if you look at the markets in terms of rate cuts, I think 65% of the market is expecting a 25 basis point rate cut in November. That's probably why we're having a lower sell-off. Sue has an unlock coming soon. Yeah, the unlock's probably going to make it dump a decent amount. Sue is heavily early investor focused. So Galaxy said BlackRock's buying DCI, and DCI is 15 billion market. What the fuck? Bro, he's lying, bro. What am I hearing? This DCI, decentralized finance. I mean, decentralized cloud infrastructure. Is this the one you're talking about? I think you're trolling, bro. There's no way you just said that. Yeah, this is ass, bro. That project is terrible, bro. I hope you're joking, bro. My son's first word will be Dynex is ass. Dynex is actually ass. Fucking hell, bro. You don't hold back, do you, man? Atlas Navi, OBAI, prop based Neon Heroes, Blood Loops. What do you think about for 20 to none of them are gonna do 50x, my friend. It's very unlikely any of these projects are even gonna do more than a 20x. Blood Loop is too much early investors in Blood Loop. Neon Heroes is pretty good. Prop base is very good. OBAI is not too bad. I think it's not too bad. It will pump. Atlas Navi is there's too many projects in that niche. So like I said, it will still pump, but it's not going to be anything sufficient in my opinion. So most of these are like trades rather than long term holds. Prop base is good token though. I like prop base, and Neon Heroes is pretty good as well. I put a trade on Neon Heroes a few days ago. Done very well, like 40-50% pump, and then I got sold it. Bro, Tars versus Sensei, any thoughts? SNS. I think SNS will give more returns than Tars. I think it's a lot lower in market cap as well. But this has less dilution than Tars though. Tars has heavy dilution. It's like 3.5x dilution or something. And I don't think the market cap is this much, but there's a massive unlock. I don't know when it is. Let's have a look at when it might be today actually. Probably why it dumped so heavy. But there's a fairly decent unlock on this. Fairly decent unlock. Oh, it's today, yeah. So now the market cap of TARS is 26 million. Hence why we're seeing such a sharp, you know, sharp dump in this project. You see this massive drop right here. This is the unlock happening. So yeah. So this is now $26 million in market cap. So for this to do a 20x, you need at least half a billion, which is not easy to get to. It definitely can happen, but because there's so many AI coins and so many deep in projects, there's going to be more and more. It's going to be hard for this to stand out. There's nothing sufficiently good about this. The only thing that people like this is because it's on Solana, and they claim that they're backed by the Solana Foundation is quite. I don't know. It's questionable. In my opinion, it's questionable because I don't even think Solana is invested into this. Not a single Solana dev follow these guys on Twitter. So that's already a red flag. I don't even think any of them even talk about this project. So yeah. Tars AI Google startup. I don't know, man. These guys looks like a fucking bunch of little Chinese scammers. I don't even know if these guys are actually backed by the Solana Foundation. But Tars will still perform though, just because they paid so many influencers to shit it. They offered so many influencers to show that project, it will definitely pump at some point. For sure. But personally, if you're gonna go for a trade, go for SNS. But if you want to hold something a little bit longer, go with Tars. I think Tars will do all right because I think so many people are gonna shit it. So it will still make you money. That's all that matters. Can you tell your viewers a little more about yourself and your journey and how you got to? I've already done that, bro. I'm not gonna do that again. I did that like on my first 5 streams. I think there's more important things to talk about than talk about my journey and stuff, bro. I did that ages ago, bro. Like I think one of my first few video live streams, I might have done that. Our tokens on base that was still bullish, or has he lost his charm? I don't think he's lost his charm. I think people are still bullish on base just because it's so cheap. That's the thing. And the cheap fees will play a role in the bull run. Keep that in mind. People are going to most likely go to other chains rather than Ethereum, in the bull run. So there is that quality, that cheap. If you get a quality project on base, it will most likely do well. G's an airdrop, bro. Lower your lower quality layer 0. What's the airdrop, David? Both are good. You could pick either or, props or really. Or I wouldn't be. Oh, it's okay. Okay, one more. You can pick either or. I think both. I think prop base will probably give more returns because it's like, half the market cap. But then Rio is a little bit safer. I think both will do well though. Don't hold it, but Atlas Navi will do well. The driver narrative will have his day. Yeah, it'll pump at some point for sure, bro. It'll pump at some point. They always pump. Domi done well. Hive Maker done well. Atlas Navi done well. Natix will do well. All of these projects will do well at some point. But you have to think, these narratives, this drive to earn and move to earn and shit to earn, these type of stuff are short lived, and most of the time they turn out to be scams. That's why you have to be a bit more careful. But Atlas Navi is battle tested. It's been around for a decent amount of time, so it can do fairly well. It is battle tested though. But I do think all of that narrative will have its time again, yes, for sure. I agree with you, Russ. I do like a lot of projects, but you can't invest into everything. That's the thing. Like there's so many good projects. There's a lot of good projects, but you cannot invest into every project. That's the problem. You have to be very picky with the projects you like and you invest into, because yes, they will, at some point they will all pump, no doubt. Some of them, when the narrative takes off, every single project, well, most projects, in that narrative pump. But you want to buy projects that you think is going to give you the most returns. That's the whole point of investing, right? You can't, there's so many projects, like I said, that looks good, but you can't invest into all of them. Some of them don't have the hype factor. Some of them don't have the narrative. Some of them don't have the buzzwords. You need buzzwords in crypto, bro. You need the block DAGs. You need the numerographic AI, something stupid like that can make a project pump. But you have to be a first mover. And Sensei, in its niche, is a first mover. And then you have Aught, which more or less, I would say it's not really a first mover. There's many decentralized AI projects, but you cover so many different bases in AI that you can class it as a first mover. There's not many layer one AI coins in general, so that gives it an advantage. Then you got big partnerships back in it. There's different buzzwords that makes these projects pump. And if you look at the entire market, compared to all is doing very well, while most projects are dumping. It's holding up fairly well at this 12, 13 cents region. It's consolidating. This is the last 7 days, where the most projects have corrected 20% since a few days ago. So there's that benefit of all as well. There's all the weekends you could say are most likely out. What's with BSD? I know it's not worth because the marketing base. I think BSD is a good project. Fundamentally, BSD, they tokenize a bunch of different stuff across the world. They're a very good project. But the problem is they just lack that marketing. They don't pay influencers to market, number one, but they don't market themselves either. I don't even know if they go to events or not. I haven't been following them, but I held it. But then when the RWA narrative took off, it barely pumped. My other RWA, like Bricken, did very well for me. Other RWA project done very well for me. Whereas BSD just staggered and did like a 5-6x. I'm not waiting a year. I was like a year and a half. I held that shit for 5 to 6x. That's not worth it, bro. Well, most other RWA project done a 9 to 12x. So I would rather hold the ones that tend to market themselves rather than the one that just thinks, that is just gonna pump. It doesn't work like that. Some of these projects don't even care about their token, what the price of the token is. Of course they care because they hold some, but they don't care as much. That's why it's important. You have to be careful, not to buy projects that don't market themselves. This is G's replica. Don't be fooled. Kodak, happy October to you as well, buddy. Workaholic, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you in here. Carlos, how you doing as well? Thoughts on Polytrade versus Bricken? Okay, so Polytrade is obviously a little bit lower in market cap, and Polytrade will do well in my opinion. It's $20 million in market cap, whereas Bricken is approximately 30 million. It hasn't really dumped. Oh, they say market cap actually. Did they say market? I thought this was $30 million in market cap. Maybe you have to check on here. I'm not sure. Pretty sure this was okay. So it is $22 million in market cap. I think if you can get Bricken around 10 million, I would rather go with Bricken because I think Bricken has more potential than Polytrade. Not only because it's newer, hasn't experienced a bull run, but Polytrade is quite, you could say, I'm pretty sure it's an old token. I haven't really looked into Polytrade that much, in depth at least. Yeah, it is an old token, yeah. But it is fundamentally a good project because of their partnership with MasterCard. If they're the same market cap, I would rather go with Bricken over Polytrade, I think. I think Bricken will go down at some point. It's had a very nice pump. Some people in my group bought this at like 10 cents and they all play 3x on it. But then, you know, it all depends on which one dumps more. That's the only thing I would, this is almost fully diluted now. There's not many early investors left in Bricken. I think all the early investors have already gotten the token. So the only thing that can make this dump is a market dump in general, which it does tend to dump. But I do like Bricken over Polytrade in my opinion. I think Bricken's better than Polytrade. Softlex, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Yeah, it is. It is the unlock today. Yeah, that's probably why it dumped so much. It had a very sharp dump. Real or AI tech AGI in a mid range between last high is low. Is any possibility of creating new real, or is there any possibility for creating new low? If Bitcoin dumps, it's a possibility that. Look, with or, you could say I wouldn't really. I think or will dump in November because there's another unlock. But then AI tech and AGI, if Bitcoin dumps, they always dump aggressively as well with the markets. Same thing with Real. Real dumps aggressively as well with the markets. So if Bitcoin corrects down to the low 40s, there's a very likely chance that those guys will put in a new low as well. 100%. Don't be moving. Yeah, probably will be a Southern news event after it's done. Guess how you doing, bro? Bro said he doesn't like Casper publicly. So brave. Yeah, I think the Casper fucking Maxis are gonna come after me. Bro, one time I made a video. I did a live stream. I put Casper in the thumbnail, and then instantly, bro, like I think some people were watching the entire stream, and they're like, somewhere in my stream, I said I wouldn't invest into Casper. Bro, they just all saying, "Oh, clickbait, clickbait." I want to unsubscribe. I was like, "Fuck off, man! I don't care if you unsubscribe. Why would I care if some Casper retard unsubscribes? It makes no difference." But I don't even talk about Casper on my channel. Sold my Casper for 0.10, and I think that's a very good move. I think selling Casper, because a project that's going to only do a 5 to 10x max. I mean, look at the way it's been performing recently, bro. Because there's no big institution money coming into this. The only people that's pushing this is the Casper retards, that just keeps talking and buying more, buying more. Those are the only people buying this. And the fact that they keep talking about geopolitical stuff and they got ties with the Israeli is Israel, but I just don't like this project at all. I'd rather stay away. As a project, like I said, you should stay away from politics, bro. Has nothing to do with you. So grab an initial position, Jay. Grab a small initial position, so at least you have something in there. Yeah, 20-30x is what you need realistically to make good money, bro. You don't need to go for the 50, 100x. Just get 20 to 30x in your overall portfolio. That's a lovely amount. What am I hearing, bro? The fuck? That's another one, but there's a lot of ICP maxis as well. Some guy goes, when I made my RWA, my AI and deep in tier list, some guy goes, "You're gonna regret saying ICP is not worth it." I go, "When, bro? In 10 years?" I'll probably regret it in 10 years, but who's gonna be in crypto in 10 years, bro? No one knows if you're gonna be in crypto for that long. What's your thoughts on entry on Sensei or an AI tech? Can I go all in right now, or should I? My friend, you should never ever go all in. Buying at one price is probably the dumbest thing an investor can do, because no one can predict which way the market goes. There's a possibility that one of these projects get hacked or bridged or whatever the case is, and then you could see a 50% drop, a 30% drop that you could potentially buy. We just don't know. Obviously, this type of stuff is very common in crypto, bridges, hacks, or whatever the case is, right? This type of stuff is very common in crypto. So you have to think, right? You have to think, if I buy all at one price and the price goes down, a lot of people start crying and they can't stomach a drop. So this is why you DCA, my friend. You grab an initial position in all the projects. An initial position should be something you don't mind going down 30%, 40%, 50%, as I always said. And then when it does drop, you could always buy more, my friend. That's the best thing to do. Never ever go all in at one price. Unless the bull run, if the bull run's there, then you have to. But we're not in a bull run right now, my friend. We're not in no alt season, you know. Like I said, when the title says when alt season starts. Alt season starts when we have a sufficient number of rate cuts. So far, we've only had one rate cut, and one rate cut historically is never enough to go and put in a new all-time high. It's never enough. You have to have 2 to 3 rate cuts. You have to have 3 rate cuts normally, in order for retail to start coming back in crypto. Right now, social risk is at all-time lows, meaning that most retail has left crypto. They don't care about crypto at the moment. This is why when people calling for alt season, they just look like retards 2 weeks later. Look how many since the rate cut. If you've been on Twitter, how many people were calling for alt season? Every single Twitter person. And then they realized, oh, social risk is at all-time lows, so it's impossible, to have an alt season without retail in crypto. That's why, I say wait till next year if you want to experience an alt season. You won't see it now. You won't see it for a while, and not at least we've gone into QE. We are still in QT. The Fed is still taking balance of their assets of the balance sheet. When they go into QE and they start adding to the balance sheet, that's when we start seeing riskier assets start outperforming, like Bitcoin, the high caps. And we haven't seen that yet. That's why, you have to be careful who you listen to, like I said. People just become perma bulls after they've been buying nonstop. Because every time Bitcoin goes down 5%, they call it the lows, they buy, and it ends up going lower. They say this is the lows, they buy. And then by the time they run out of money, they just become perma bulls. So happens to a lot. This happened to a lot of people this year, bro. So many people. Sensei, bro, listen. What you have to think is long term. Sensei, or the prices we got, ages ago, you're not gonna get them again, bro. You ain't gonna get them again, my friend. Tectum is never gonna go down to $4.55. The most it'll go is 6 to 7, depending on how much Bitcoin dips. You will never ever see Tectum back down to the fours, for unless we have a massive crash. So this is why I told you guys to accumulate these projects when they were at their lows. People want to FOMO in now because they've had a nice pump. Before everyone was calling Tectum a scam or a scam because he wasn't pumping. But now that he's pumping, all of a sudden everyone's conviction's gone through the roof now, and they can't wait to buy more. It's like, bro, when he was at 4.5, I was telling you guys to buy Tectum. It's not a scam. When all was continuously going down, I told you guys to at least fill your bags up, buy something. And then now that it's pumped, everyone wants to FOMO back in. It's not the right way to invest, bro. When something is dead and no one's talking about it, that's when you buy. Now that everyone's talking about fucking tech because they've done very well recently, everyone wants to FOMO in. Go watch my live stream, probably like 7, 8 live streams ago. I told people to buy tech at 4.5 cents, 5 cents, close to $5 to 4.5. That's when it was at all-time lows. I said, do not worry about price action as a bearish market. Accumulate. It will pump at some point. You have to have the conviction to ride the red days in order to enjoy the green days. And most people don't know how to do that. So then as soon as the project goes down or it doesn't pump, people think it's a scam. And then when it does pump, everyone wants to FOMO in now, and they think this is the best project in the world. Is a crazy way to invest, bro. And Simon, you've been watching my channel for a long time, my friend, for months now. I've been talking about these projects for months. How is it now you're FOMOing in now? It doesn't make sense. Unless you haven't filled your bag, then I don't know. But like I said, all were done next month for sure. Perfect. OTK is also not a bad time to DCA potentially. This is one of those projects that, if you look at it from the lows, it's been outperforming the majority of gaming coins. Most gaming coins were down significantly up until a few days ago when gaming had a run. Most of them are just down, 80 to 90%. But when this dumped, it recovered very quickly, done almost like a 4x, and now it's consolidating. But this already had a nice pump. But then again, it will have another pump some other time. That's the thing. The only thing is they just need a few more exchange listings, which they're gonna get. They are gonna get more exchange listings, just at the right time. It's not the right time at the moment. But they made a new game though. This is solid. They made a Subway Surfer type of game, and they active. I told you guys, don't look at the price action. Look at the team. Are they building when the market is dead? That's the most important thing. Are they building? Are they making new games? Are they forming new partnerships? Price action will catch up at some point, as long as the team is working. If the team is doing fuck all, then it's a red flag. I have a lot of USDT. I should I wait on Friday as positive and buy back in? My friend, check the buy alert section. If you have a lot of USDT, check the buy alert section. I put an alert out. Can I check Miria? Can I change Miria to OTK and Neuro to or? I think that would be a very good move, yes, Azad. I think that's a very good move. Miria is a good project. It will definitely pump. It showed a lot of strength in the recent gaming pump, a few days ago. But then Miria is probably like 7 times higher market cap than OTK is. And I do think OTK will outperform Miria. It will outperform Miria. Yeah, 7 times higher market cap. And this will get diluted more, whereas OTK dilution is very good. Hi, G, I'm going. What is the growth potential for autoimmunity with the price will go down, providing buying? Like I said, you shouldn't wait for one price. Just DCA slowly. That's all you have to do. No one can time the bottom for these type of projects because up until this recent pump, or was in a consistent downtrend. It was very close to seed prices, but now it's cooling off. Well, it's not really cooling off, but it's consolidating. We don't know how long it's going to stay at these regions. There's a possibility it could just go down here. It could go down even here. There is a possibility, but that's why you DCA slowly. I wouldn't DCA heavy here. I'll DCA tiny amounts here, but I do think this will pump next month. I mean, dump next month on the unlock. It will dump. Anytime I mention Crypto Galaxy, Crypto Games, just know I'm 100% sure. Oh, okay. Road to 10K subs. Yes, that is true. I just hit 9K subs a few days ago. I am grateful for that. Next road is 10K. And then after that, after 10K, I think it just goes up very quickly. But I appreciate all of you guys that's in here as well. The only thing you need to know is G has the best alpha in the game. Thank you very much, Jay. I do have very good alpha, to be fair. I mean, I don't want to sound cocky, but I do provide good alpha. Chris, appreciate you, buddy. Let's smash the like to 100 likes, people. Appreciate the €2, my friend Chris. It's good to see you in here as well, my friend. Haven't seen you in the live chat. To be fair, I haven't really been live streaming much, but it's good to see you in here as always, my friend. Hi, all. A little late tonight. Sean, how you doing, bro? What do we think about DJing? DJing's quite good. I mean, in terms of a DJing gaming coin, it did pump fairly, very well recently. The last day, I don't know where this pump came from. Must have been like a buy alert or something. I don't know, or maybe because it's on. I have no clue, bro. But this had a very big pump. I don't know the reason why it pumped so much. But this is not a bad DJing project to hold, in terms of a meme coin at least. It's on base. Base will have another run again. The meme on base will run again. It's on some very good exchanges. They got some solid exchanges. I can't see this doing fairly well, to be fair. I personally I don't really like holding memes, but this is not a bad one though. Zilla, you're in here as well, buddy. I didn't even see you. How you doing, buddy? Big Zilla, bro. Do I think crypto regulation will come within? I don't think so. No. I think if if Trump comes in office, I think the regulation is going to be very good. It's going to be very favorable to crypto. I think if Trump comes in office, yes, we'll have very good regulations. If you look at it now, this is one thing you guys have to realize, right? You know you're getting close to a bull run when these exchanges slowly start becoming available again. Mexi now, one of the Mexi guys reached out to me to form a partnership. So I asked them, is Mexi still required KYC in the UK? And they said no. So now when these exchanges now slowly start bringing back these exchanges, is a sign that we are getting closer to a bull run. Because in a bull run, the more money more people make, the more they can tax you. So that's why they start allowing people to start using these crypto exchanges again. Keep that in mind. Now, when Binance allows bank transfers again, then you're gonna get very close to a bull run. That's what they do in the bear market. They ban crypto. That's what they do. And then after when the bull market starts again, they tend to do the opposite because they want people to make money so they can start taxing them crazy amounts. I know it's not the right niche, but I scaled into Alexa last week. Still 60% down from idle prices. I do think Alexa is very good. If you look at it across the board, it is fundamentally a good project. These guys are a legit project outside of crypto, and they have many, many games, very good backers. This will do well at some point. Obviously, it's on Solana as well. That's also a boost. I think during the gaming run at $6 million in market cap, this can do very well. They are very well funded. They got some good exchanges. I can see them getting a little bit more exchanges as well. Haven't been following them. They are audited by Certic, which is a massive flag because projects that are audited by Hacker and Certic, they're very unlikely to get hacked. I haven't seen many projects that's audited by these guys get hacked unless it's one of the team members doing it. But paying for an Certic or Hacken audit is a lot better. There's more trust in investors as well. But I do think Alexa is a good project. Yes, I do like Alexa. I'll potentially trade Alexa when the gaming narrative takes off. I would not be touching Script Network, bro. I just wouldn't be touching it. I think the hack ruined that project. What do I think about Maniki? I still hold Maniki in my portfolio. I think Maniki is a very good meme coin. I don't know how it's been performing. I don't hold a large percentage, so I don't even follow it to be honest, but it's a small percentage of my portfolio. I still think it can perform well. When the meme coin narrative takes off again, I think it can still do okay. Like I said, the meme coins, boy, I'd rather hold utility over meme coins, to be honest. What do I think the max? It depends how much money, how big your portfolio is. But let's say you got a 100K portfolio, I would suggest 10 to 12 tokens, pushing 15 max. I don't think anyone should have more than 15 coins in their portfolio unless you got like $1 million or something. You'd rather have more money in the top projects rather than spreading it across 50 different projects. Is stupid. You ain't gonna make much money like that. SYNC. I think I've looked into this before. SYNC. Sync GPT. Bro, look at the volume, bro. This is a rock pool, my friends. $5 volume. I don't even think we can buy this shit. It's $5 volume. I can't buy this. Oh, CoinGecko. Let's have a look at CoinGecko. Maybe that's the wrong one. I think that's a rock pool. It's not on here, bro. SYNC is not on here. Am I tripping? Nah, it's not on here, Anzilla. It's probably on something else. Had you time to look into perp? Anything? What's perp? Let's have a look into it. I did not look into it, my friend. I did see your message though. Bitcoin's falling back down now below the other. The fuck do I go now? $40 million in market cap. This looks like one of those 100x leverage type of projects. Yeah, it is. I think it is. Protocol trade, create market makers. OP votes here. I'm not really keen on projects like this, bro. Yeah, it looks like a high leverage DeFi trading cross. I don't really like this type of projects, bro. There's so many different one versions of these. Some of them provide 100x leverage, some of them don't. I don't really like this project, bro. I tend to stay away from this type of projects. They don't really perform that well. That's actually a good project. Neutron's a good project. It's too high in cap, but it's very good though. G man, walaikum salam, brother. G, thank you. Sold Casper with Aletheum and for with yeah, I think that's a good move. I don't think Tectum's gonna. I mean, Casper's gonna give you much returns from this point on, bro. You guys have to think institutions not buying Casper because there's no smart contracts on there at the moment. I don't even think they're gonna get smart contract this bull run. Maybe in the next bear market they could have. We have to think the only people that can push this project is the people that are holding it, and that's a bunch of the Casper Maxis. They'll tell you crazy price action. I guarantee they'll dump way before. The price will never reach past $4 ever. We don't even know if it's gonna be around next cycle. You have to think, right? People think these coins are. It might be around, but everyone might not give a fuck about it. Everyone thought Cardano was going to be the next Ethereum last cycle. Everyone thought that Cardano had the same cult, community. Look at Cardano now; it's fucking dead. No one cares about Cardano anymore. People move on. People have short attention spans. They like to look for new projects that can give them more money. The narrative is going to change next cycle. Something else is going to be the main topic. Now it's AI. Next cycle will be something else. This is why you don't marry none of these shit coins. And I class Casper as another shit coin, bro. The only coins that are not a shit coin is Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's it. Everything else is a shit coin. So for you to go and put large amounts of money in these shit coins, hold them for 5, 10 years, thinking he's still going to be around and relevant at those times, you're just stupid. You're not gonna, that's not how you invest. It's not how you make life changing money, bro. Especially in altcoins. We don't know if Casper is going to be around now, 3, 4 years down the line. I'll give you a prime example. Look at Polkadot, look at AVAX, look at Cardano. AVAX is a little bit decent, but if you look at Polkadot, Cardano, Litecoin, some of these other shit coins, these are just dead now. No one cares about them, bro. There's so many dead chains from the last cycle that no one even mentions no more. And the same thing could, and I say could happen to Casper. It's not guaranteed. It could come back and it could still be around, whatever, you know. But it's not very likely. Solana done that because there's big institutions behind Solana, and the meme coins is what gave Solana life. You could have done the same thing as if Charles Hopkinson, decided to launch like a pump fund on Cardano, and it was the first pump fund meme coin thing. Cardano would have been the main chain right now, and Solana would have been dead. But because Solana done it, they're the main chain right now, the biggest, with the best performing layer one in the high cap section. It could have been any chain. It could even be Polkadot, but because they're not smart enough and Solana done it, they're the best chain right now because the TVR went through the roof. That's why you have to be careful not to hold anything past this bull run unless it's Bitcoin. That's it. Because we know Bitcoin is going to be around forever now, for a very long time. But we don't know if Casper is going to be around or relevant next cycle. We don't even know any of these stuff. So for you to believe these dumb influencers telling you Casper's going to $10, $15, I don't even think they believe that themselves. They'll tell you that because their entire channel is, fixated on Casper. If you go look at these influencers like Galaxy and Archie and those other retards, every single thumbnail is Casper. Casper $10, Casper $20. Their whole channel, relies on it. So they have to talk about it. They have to give these outlandish price predictions. And obviously, people that don't understand crypto, they fall for it. It's unfortunate, but it happens. That's why, make your money on these projects and just move on, bro. Don't marry none of these shit coins, bro. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. This type of you can't say it's unpredicted markets. This dump was always gonna happen, bro. You know, people was getting excited, but unless Bitcoin breaks this forever downtrend, higher low downtrend, it's just gonna be another pump. You can just look at this as another pump before potentially we might go down here. We don't know. This just looks like another, pump, then get stopped somewhere here, dumps, pumps, get stopped here, dumps. Well, it could happen until we get sufficient amounts of rate cuts. I said you need 3 rate cuts to have a sufficient pump and break this consistent, higher low trend. We need at least 3 rate cuts. That's what it takes. That's what it took last cycle in 2019. Same thing could happen again. Is that why it's pumping? Fair play. Bitcoin dump. Oh, well, Bitcoin's gonna dump, bro. Of course it's gonna dump. Nothing goes up forever, bro. Omar, wa alaikum salam, my friend. How are you doing today? Glad to be once catch you on a live. Enjoy your content. Can you share thoughts on Kenzie cross-chain DeFi? Let's have a look, Marcel. Marcy. It's good to see you as well, buddy. Ken she. First things first. Big red flag I see is the trading volume, 417K. That's very low for a project that's 21 million. It's on ARB, and ARB right now is very dead. It's only on Uniswap as well, and that's very concerning because a project with $21 million in market cap should have some sort of, at least one exchange listing. Unless this is not the right project. Am I tripping? No, this is the right project. On-chain, blockchain, Ghost, Affairs, Oracle. It seems to be doing a bunch of different things. On-chain distributed computing platform, run heavy workloads such as 3D rendering, blockchain. So they got blockchain as a service, which doesn't even Ghost distributes remote storage. So they do storage, they do rendering, and they do block. They don't really matter. Hardware security, they do programming language, fast concept. It seems that they do a bunch of different things. They even got an Oracle. This doesn't even look that bad, to be honest. So it's in Switzerland. Rebranded as and registered as Timelapse as a company dedicated to cutting edge blockchain solution for businesses and enterprises. So they got an NFT collection. Where is the team behind it? That's why I want to know. It seems they got quite a few different products, and the team, there is a team behind it. The fuck kind of picture is that, bro? What kind of picture is that? I don't think this is a big enough team in order for them to have 4 different products. It's not. What does it mean by blockchain as a service? What does that even mean? But on first thoughts, the website looks nice. The team's docs. It seems that they have multiple different use cases. I don't know if any of these are actually live right now. I don't know if you can use them or not. I don't think they have a single product out. Let me see if they're active on X, because this looks like a brand new project. September 6th. Yeah, this might be a rock pool, my friend. I think this project might just be completely dead. It just looks like a massive money grab because you have to think the last time they posted anything was September the 6th. I would personally, and they're talking about some shitty meme coin as well. Yeah, I would stay away from this project, buddy. This project it looks like a massive rock pool. I wouldn't even be surprised if the members on that team is even the right team. A lot of people do that where they put random people on the team, and they're not even the real people behind the project. But it's been audited by Hacking, which is weird. But it doesn't even look like they're active on the Twitter at all for like a month now. I like Lightlink. I like Lightlink. I like Forward. I don't know about the other one. I don't really. I haven't really researched that one. I don't like Soulframe, my friend. I don't think Soulframe. I don't think the narrative is the right time for it right now. Bitcoin immunity on my 10-year-olds. Ben, good to see you, bro. Like and subscribe, peasants. Let's get G to 10K. I am on road to 10K now. Once I get to 10K, what should I do? I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Billy, how you doing, bro? I think it's the first time I've seen you on a live stream, to be honest. Blast is pretty good, to be fair. Blast is pretty good. There's quite a few. Look, layer twos will perform, but they're not gonna perform the same way they did, bro. You have to think, right? In order to get another Matic, it's gonna be very hard because realistically, there's not many low cap layer twos. Lightlink is the good one, but Blast is reasonably higher market cap. You know, Matic was like, you know, very, very low in market cap. That's why he done 1000x. But there's so many layer twos now, it's gonna be impossible, you know, for layer twos to perform that well. Why? Because there's many already, and before last cycle there wasn't many, and Matic was one of the ones that was very, very low in cap and it just went parabolic. But we have so many layer twos now that this layer two narrative is not going to perform as well as it did last cycle. That's why I don't really buy too many layer twos. We all obviously we need layer twos for Ethereum, but Ethereum's been performing like shit. So then if Ethereum don't perform that well this cycle, which I think it will, but if it doesn't, you know, why would the layer twos perform? People will just use other chains like Solana, like AVAX. There's other chains as well. Keep that in mind. You know, I don't think the same impact that layer twos had last cycle is gonna same thing's gonna happen again. There's so many now. There's at least 7 now. At least 7 different layer twos to Ethereum. And there's like, well, even fucking myriads of layer two to Ethereum. There's so many different ones. So you can't compare anything to Matic, but Matic was a once in a lifetime opportunity because it was very low in market cap, like a million or something. Then it went parabolic. But most layer twos now come in very heavily early investor diluted. The only one I can think is not like that is Lightlink. That's it. But like I said, I don't think layer twos will have the same effect. Some projects will have its time when, you know, like for example, quantum computing projects will be a narrative at some point. But now I don't think this cycle is that time for it. Yeah, I think it's very early for the Aussies. Come, I heard about rumors private group. You said that the stream sensei will definitely make us millionaires. I think that's true, bro. I think sensei will make you millionaires. Sensei will do very well, my friend. If you say lithium 3 times, I'll show up at your house. Someone try that out. Does it work? Can't believe PZP hacked. Well, it was always going to get hacked. I don't really put it past it. PZP was always going to get hacked, bro. Well, it wasn't always going to get hacked, but it was very likely something was going to happen to it. It wasn't like in a 12-month or like 10-month downtrend. It was just consistently going down, consolidating, going down, consolidating. At some point, the devs were just going to book their profits and maybe launch a new contract. That's what happens when there's no price action for a long time. You know, unless the team is serious, they just do stupid shit like that, especially for a gaming coin. There's not much seriousness behind gaming coins. Once you get to 10K, show USDTs to my back pump. But start accumulating slowly and then, man. Do not try time the bottom, my friend. Never works out. Grab like 20-30% in the markets at least, bro. Come on. Especially in this dump, at least. The storage narrative is shit, bro. If you're gonna buy any storage, you have to buy Arweave. This is the one that I was telling everyone to buy. I made like a cool 10x on this. It's done very well, but this is the only one I would buy, bro. This is, you could call this like the king of storage. It's one of the best ones. Yeah, I think it's rugged. I do think it's rugged. Yeah, when they say hack, I'll never believe hack, bro. What's your thoughts on the lithium? I like lithium, bro. I think lithium will do well. BPR, I'm buying since BPR. BPR. If you're buying since 2022, Polkadot Bridge. Oh, you're fuck them, bro. If you're buying since 2022. If you've been buying since 2022, you made fuck all. What the hell? How are you still buying this? How are you buying this shit since 2022? Didn't this entire red line like wake you up a little bit at least to think that Polkadot's dying? This is continuously going lower. Like, didn't it at least give you some sort of wake up call that this is not a good project to invest into? You're crazy, bro. That's crazy. That is. Sometimes you just gotta move on, bro. Fucking hell. Paul said he's been buying this since 2022. What the fuck? What are you waiting for, bro? You waiting for Polkadot to do 100x or something? Get rid of this shit, bro. There's way better projects now. I'm not FOMOing. I bought the dip, ran the cash. Now I have cash again. Oh, okay. Fair play to you, lad. Is there a chance that October simply flat price? Bro, listen. I don't know why people think that all of a sudden we're gonna go parabolic. We are not in bull run. We're not in bull run where we can go parabolic. We're not in that type of environment right now. There's too much headwinds that we need to go and clear before we can go parabolic. The reason people say that is because in a halving year, the Q4 has always been bullish. But you have to think logically, right? Is this playing out like a halving year? It's not. It's not playing like a halving year. So you have to think, with us having so many headwinds like unemployment, like the carry trade, like geopolitical wars, like the Fed still in QT, we are getting closer to an easing in cycle, but it's not yet here. So therefore, we cannot go parabolic. We'll be choppy. We'll go down. We'll go up till there's sufficient amounts of rate cuts, my friend. So when people say October is historically bullish, well, September was historically bearish 80% of the times, and we ended up in green. The opposite could play out. Every cycle is different. Bitcoin has never experienced a full business cycle. It's going through one now. So all the previous cycles, the closest one you could say is 2019, where we had high rate hikes and rate cuts. That's the closest thing we could compare it to. 2019. That's the closest thing. We haven't Bitcoin has not experienced a full business cycle like it's experiencing one now. So it's going to be completely different. All the previous data doesn't mean nothing for this cycle. It means nothing. That's what you have to realize, my friend. There's a chance that one of these 3 months or 2 of the 3 months we could go parabolic, and there's going to be a month where we go red, just because of unemployment, some sort of headwind, war. Don't just look at that chart and think it's gonna play out the same. It didn't play out like that in October, in September, 80% bearish. It's not gonna play out like that now. But like I said, if you get bullish news in terms of unemployment, there's a good chance we could um go higher. But let's see. And no one could predict this type of stuff. It's impossible to know. Or Sensei for upside. I mean, Sensei is low in market cap, so you could potentially outperform Alt, but you can go heavy on Alt rather than Alt, because I think Alt will have more liquidity than Sensei. You have to keep in mind, guys. You have to take in consideration liquidity as well. If you put like 100K in Sensei, you're gonna struggle to get it out if you get 100x. How are you gonna get out? You're not gonna have enough. There's not enough liquidity for you to get out. Whereas in Sensei, if you go to the billions, you have a higher chance of getting out. This is why you have to be careful how much you buy in these low caps, because you have to be concerned of liquidity. Is there enough liquidity for me to get out when this coin does go parabolic? That's why you have to take in consideration, bro. A lot of people don't play with large amounts of money, so they don't take in consideration. But if you put in large amounts of money in these coins, you have to take in consideration liquidity. If Sensei is very unlikely he'll get a tier 1 listing, whereas Alt has the chance to get a tier 1 listing, They've already said they're going to get a tier 1 listing. So there's a more likely chance that you can go heavier on all rather than Sensei. Best 100x opportunity. Best 100x opportunity, I would say Sensei has the potential to do 100x, my friend. It has that potential. Or just buy a very degen coin, something like Munity or something, and just pray that it gets 100x. SYNK. 6 million, 100% circulation, volume's a bit ass, doesn't mean it's okay. So no exchanges, Ethereum. Let's look at what it is. Fully secure Web3 cloud-based operating system. To be honest with you, these type of projects, I've already looked into this, but these type of projects do tend to do well somehow. Even though they're so shit, but they somehow perform. I don't know why. People just like this type of stuff with 100% in circulation. Security audits, public alpha, token launch. It's not too bad. Not too bad. These type of projects do tend to pump Armzilla. But the problem is, would I invest into these? Nah. They're too risky for me. You could invest into it, but then you gotta keep in mind I have a whole community. I have a channel on YouTube. If I shield these shit coins, that has a high chance of rugging, then that taints my name. So I don't like buying projects like this. They don't have a docs team. They don't have no sort of audits. Don't have no legitness behind them. I don't like buying projects like this. I'll never talk about projects like this because there's a very high chance they could rug. But then there's also a high chance they could do well. But like I said, why would I buy this project when I can buy Sensei and they're very similar in market cap? It doesn't make sense. That's what I compare it to, at least. I don't like having a big portfolio. I'd rather have a concise portfolio and have more money in them. That's why I'm very picky with my picks. That's why I never ever talk and give too many calls. I don't give a lot of calls. I only give specific calls. I've always been like this. I don't just go spam, like crypto gains where he talks about 100 projects in 1 month, and then 2 of them does well, the rest rug, but he'll only talk about the 2 projects. I don't like doing that. I talk about very specific projects that I think that can do well, and I stick to those. Maybe add a few more, But like I said, I want my portfolio concise because that's what I've realized over the years, that that's how you make the most money, rather than, in a bull run, you can't track 30, 40 projects. You can't, because some of them will rug, some of them will do well, but you can't track all of them. You can't watch all of them. So if your portfolio is concise and you're only watching 10 coins, it's a lot easier than you watching 40 coins. That's why you better have a smaller portfolio, because it saves you a lot of headache as well in the grand scheme of things. And you will make more money as well. People freaking out about buying 20% in yeah, exactly, bro. People don't have the long-term mentality. They only think short-term. That's the problem. What do you think about Key? I don't like Key, bro. South Key is shit. Why are people still talking about South Key? Are you bullish on base day? I am bullish on base day. Yes, I do like base day. I think base day will do well. It will give Tao a good month for his money. And Tao is, I like Tao, I like both. The fuck? 32% on MBS, made 5x in the past month. As a football fan, you need to play this game. It looks like a pretty easy game to play, and I don't know. It looks decent though, not too bad. It did a very nice pump today, surprisingly, and the big dip. It's on Bybit. I don't really have access to any of these exchanges, so I'm not gonna buy it. I don't have access to Bybit. I don't have access to Gate. I can probably buy on Radium, but I don't know if there's gonna be enough liquidity on there. I don't think a replica can do a stream. I don't think it's gone that good yet. You should actually. I could probably do it, but I have to talk to it for a long time. Thoughts on Creo? I like Creo. I think Creo will do well. We should actually get a Sensei replica to do a stream. I will make a replica actually one of these days. I just want to try it out. This game looks fun to play though. Look, everyone's playing it. I don't know why, but that's why I like OTK. These little shit easy to play games that always do well over the AAA style games. I think the only AAA style game will do well is probably like Gunzilla. The rest of them is not going to do that well, bro. Why? Because most of the games are just concepts. Unless you have the real game out, it's very hard for you to perform well. My Pet Hooligan will do well. Carrot, one that I've been telling you guys about for the past 3 months now. Carrot will do well because the game looks fun to play. And what else is there? And like simple games like OTK will do well. All right, boys, I'm gonna wrap up this live stream. An hour and a half is more than enough. I don't need to do anything more than that. Just to give you guys a summary, the market is dumping now due to the war. I think when Israel retaliates, the market will dump to the 50, 57, 58K around those regions. It will go below 60K for sure when Israel retaliates. But like I said 2-3 days ago, be patient. You don't have to FOMO in. The market doesn't just pump one way. It always dumps. There's always corrections that needs to happen. Just wait till the 4th of October. See how the data comes in. So far, initial claims. Everyone knows this data is fake, but jobs opening came in higher than expected, which is realistically bullish. But the market didn't give a fuck. I think there's a very likely chance that unemployment is most likely going to be the same, 4.2%. So we're not going to get better or worse. But the real data will come out after the election, because that is when, I think whichever side wins will start announcing the real data. That's when we need to be careful. But for now, make sure you're enough in the markets. Whichever way it goes, you don't care. I like to be 90% in the markets. And then think logically, right? If you're 90% in the markets and you got 10% in USDT, you can always use it to buy new projects. You can trade with it. But then if you get some sort of mega dump at the end of the business cycle, historically, we've always had a decent sized crash. That is what I'm waiting for. There'll be pumps in between. The market will rally or dump, rally. I don't care. I will wait till the end of the year. If it doesn't happen, then I'll buy in. But I'm willing to take that risk. You don't have to take that risk like I am. Like I said, you could go in 100% now. In October, pump November, fucking rocket December, whatever they call it. You could do that. But I want to take that risk where I have some USDT. Even if I don't end up, the dump doesn't happen, at least I can use my USDT to buy some new projects, because I will be buying some, a new RWA coin and a new AI coin. So then at least I have some USDT for that. You guys don't have to do that. Whatever USDT you have, use it. You can use it if you want. If you think the market is going to go parabolic in the next couple of months, you guys can do that. I'm personally going to have some USDT spare, because normally, like I said, historically, at the end of the business cycle, in order to have a super cycle, we need to see a crash. That's it. The Bayern score. Bayern's playing Aston Villa today. 260 people. That's fuck all, bro. Not a huge jump of a good start. It's not too bad, to be fair. Let's see if it's sustainable, though. That's what I'm waiting for. You guys don't have to follow me, bro. And like I said, you guys probably watch 10 other influencers that's telling you that's bullish. And it does probably make you FOMO in, but that's what I'm doing at least. So far, I have not been wrong. And I like to keep that track going. I predicted the August crash, predicted the top in March, predicted the September lows. Like I told you guys a few days ago, we'll most likely have a correction at some point. But normally, I said we rally 2 weeks after the rate cut, and then we have a correction. And that's exactly how it played out. 2 weeks after the rate cut, when the unemployment data comes, people get nervous, so they book some profits. And then however it comes, then that's how the market moves. 2 weeks after the first rate cut, we rally, and then we see a correction. And that's exactly what played out. But I am waiting to the end, the business cycle ends, and then we find out if you have a soft landing or a hard landing. That's what I'm waiting for. Told you about the crash. This is just the beginning. Yeah, bro, it was gonna happen regardless, bro. Yeah, crash is a broad term. Like, let's say like a correction. I don't like saying the word crash because a crash indicates like a 50-60% drop, which could happen, but I don't really see it happening that much. It all depends on how unemployment plays out. But then you have to keep in mind the M2 money supply is going up, and a lot of governments are now slowly starting to inject money back into the markets. You have to also take that in consideration, which always appreciates risk assets. But yeah, boys, thank you all of you for coming down today. I'll probably be live tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow actually, and then more. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think with the current market sentiment, I think we'll probably will carry on dumping. I think I agree with that. It's hard to say though. It depends. I don't know if the DJs have given up yet. The bulls. We got to 100 likes. Oh, that's pretty good. That is. I'm impressed. I am actually impressed with the amount of likes I've been getting. I appreciate all of you guys, bro. Look, for you guys that don't understand why likes help so much, is that it helps you get boosted in the algorithms. Oh, we're not in 100 likes here. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, he always talks about that project. What is it at now? He probably will talk about it again. Probably the finger narrative will pop out again for sure. The gambling narrative will pop off again. It looks like it's pretty much dead now, bro. Yeah, it's pretty much dead now. It done fairly good though in a short period of time. Yeah, this done fairly well. But it's very likely this will pump again. Yeah. Boys, let's get to 100 likes. It will happen anyways, Voss. It won't happen maybe within the stream, but we'll give it like half an hour, a couple hours. It'll get there. You have projects like Sensei and Alt. Indeed, my friend, I do have projects like Sensei and Alt. I'll find one more AI coin for us, a very good AI coin. Find one more, and then our portfolio will be complete.